Petite professionals. Today I have my second interview with my Petite sister queens. Today I have Abby, who is Ms. Petite USA.
Hello.
Hi. Thank you so much for being on today and telling us a little bit about your career and about pageantry.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So let's jump into it. And Abby, what is your career title?
So I'm a video integration specialist, which is a fancy way of saying that I'm a video teacher.
Okay, what is that?
Yeah, I get asked that a lot. So I teach fifth through eighth graders how to film and edit their own videos. So that can be like broadcast journalism, but that can also be like short films, music videos. It's really whatever they're interested in. I kind of guide that path for them.
That is so cool.
Yeah,
That
I
is
love my job. It's kind of crazy. I work in 11 schools, so I work for an entire district. So I am bopping around all the time. I have over 200 students, and it's a lot, but I love it, and my kids are amazing.
that is so cool. I wish we had something like we had like tech ed. We didn't have anything cool like that when I was in school. Okay, how did you find yourself in this position?
Yeah, it's kind of a weird story. I always knew that I wanted to be a teacher, just in general. But I also loved video. I loved making videos all throughout middle and high school. And I took all of the elective courses for video. So it was like video one, video two. And then when you get to your senior year in my district, you can apply to be a part of the news team. So I
Cool.
applied. And yeah, I applied and I got in, and that's under the educational television department in our district. And after I completed the program, I absolutely loved it. They actually hired me on to be an intern because I was staying at a community college to get my teaching degree. So I was able to kind of learn video education through them. I got my teaching degree. And then I got COVID and it made me really sick. It paralyzed my stomach. I was unable to work for a year and a half, and I was just sitting on the couch for 6 months straight. And I remember thinking, what am I doing with my life? Like it kind of gave me a second to really reflect. And I knew that I wanted to be a teacher, but I knew I loved video. So I started looking into programs that I could do. And I actually, during that time, got my master's in a digital learning type space. I kind of kept that like in my pocket. And then once I started to feel better, I got a fourth grade teaching position, like being an actual fourth grade teacher. But I also incorporated a lot of video into my classroom because that was just my passion. After a year of that, I was not digging it. I moved to Australia for the summer to figure out my life. And and while I was there, I got a call from the educational television department at the school that I used to work at, and they said that they wanted to hire me, and I've been doing it ever since. This is my going to be my fifth year teaching and my fourth year teaching video education.
Wow. Okay, I have follow-up questions.
Fair.
So, while you were navigating like having COVID and the aftermath and the illness, you so you were getting your master's while having that going on.
Yeah, I did it completely online. I knew that I wouldn't be able to do it in person, and I was like, I just needed to fill the time. As a teacher, you have to get your master's. So I knew it was coming anyways, and I was like, let's just get it done.
That no, I that's so inspirational and I love that. I feel you. Like my son and my husband will watch a movie and I'm like I can't just like sit still. I need to like I'm like bedazzling stoning a pageant outfit or
Oh, 100%. I'm the same way.
so no, I think that's really inspirational and I need to know I've never been to Australia, but like why Australia? What made you go there?
So I dog sit a lot, and I found this website called Trusted House Sitters, where you go and you house sit and dog sit for people, and like in exchange for it, you get to stay. where they live completely for free. So like you watch their dog, you stay where they live, and it's all around the world. So I just started applying to them and I found one in Australia and I was like, this looks perfect. It was like the exact amount of time that I'd be off for the summer. Like it just worked perfectly. And I talked with them and they were like, we love you. We want you to come watch our dog. And I said, okay, let's do it.
Yeah. Okay, that's incredible. That's
Yeah. It was it was
way to
crazy. It was
seize the
crazy. So
moment.
yeah, I was like, why not? Also, like I had a lot of stomach issues because of COVID. And I was thinking that maybe if I went to another country, like their food would help my stomach. I don't know. I had a lot of things going on and I was like, let's just do it.
Yeah. So, okay, how is your stomach now? How are you?
Yeah, so in February, it will be 6 years since COVID paralyzed my stomach. We believe it's never going to go away. So it's something that I'm going to have to live with for the rest of my life. I struggle with it, but I don't let it define me. And I've made it like a superpower. I call it my superpower, because it has become a strength and a way for me to advocate for others. So yes, I struggle, but I've found so much good out of that.
Yeah. That and that correlates with your platform, right? That you
Yeah,
have.
yeah,
Do you
it
mind
does.
do you mind sharing a little bit about your platform?
Yeah, of course. So, my story all kind of weaves together just because I've always had a love for kids. I've always had a love for the arts, video, helping others. Throughout my time being sick, arts and crafts were a source of therapy for me and also a way for me to make a living. I started selling my own, I painted shoes while I was sick. And so I had an Etsy. I still have an Etsy. But yeah, so I loved the arts. And what I learned was that art therapy is a huge part of the healing process for so many people. So I was like, I want to use this to help others, especially kids. I also am a part of the Princess Program Foundation. We dress up as princesses and go to Boston Children's and meet with the kids. And I was like, well, that's not super inclusive. Like I love it, but I want to be there for all the kids. And for me, superheroes bring me like a lot of strength and I really look up to them. And I was like, let's make an arts-based superhero nonprofit. And so I founded my own profit Superhero Studios Foundation, and we bring arts-based superhero themed programs to kids. So that's my platform.
That is so awesome.
It's
I
really,
I
really
love that
fun.
so much. I you'll have if you don't mind when we're done, if you or whenever you're free, if you could send me a message, I want to get involved. That sounds so cool.
Please. Yes, please. In any way, like I want to start doing, we're at the beginning stages. I was afraid that I was going to overwhelm myself. So I've been building it up slowly. We've been doing some like community events, literacy events, arts and crafts events. I introduced my first original superhero, Art Spark, which is my sister. Um, but she sparks creativity in kids. So we have some programs like that we've rolled out, and now we have our own partnership with Boston Children's. So I'm going to be bringing some superheroes in to their studio, their TV studio, and we're going to do a little thing with them in October. So I'm really looking forward to that. But like thinking big picture, I definitely want this to be nationwide and international. So like having superheroes that do like Zoom calls or things is like definitely a goal of mine.
That I love that. No, and I have a son, and yes, superheroes, that's like his world. Like, he
I love
wants
it.
to be a superhero. No, that's amazing. I love that you thought of like little boys, little girls, like everyone loves superheroes. Um,
Exactly.
yeah, and I'm in grad school right now to become a mental health counselor, and I was so impressed with like learning about I've been interviewing for my internship
Yeah.
and like talking to some of these art therapy places that use theater and it's art, music. There's just so many avenues of art and like yeah, I just think it's so I don't know, fascinating to learn about and see how it benefits people. So I love that. I
Yeah, yeah,
That's wonderful.
it's a universal language of expression. And you do it when you're happy, when you're sad, when you're angry, stressed, anything. And it immediately calms you, makes you feel better, and helps you process those emotions as well. So, yeah, it's
Mhm.
been it's been huge for my healing journey, but to see others go through that too and find their own superpowers in that has been very powerful.
Yeah. So I went to school originally for art, and that's what my bachelor's
Really?
degree is in. And then I graduated college. I'm like, okay, what do I do now?
Yeah. We've all been there.
But it's so fascinating to see how, like, look at art throughout the decades and just you can really tell like different cultures and like what the social norms were and just kind of do a little glimpse of what society was like based on the art that was like being developed. And
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
I love
history, it's storytelling, it's everything. Art is everything.
it.
It's my entire
Yes.
life.
Okay, I have one more career question for you before
Yes.
we jump into some pageant stuff.
Okay.
Um, okay, so if anyone watching this is interested in becoming a teacher, what is like something you wished you would have known or you think would be helpful for someone pursuing that career?
I would say that kids feed off of your energy. So what you put into it is what you get. And there are days where it's a lot for me, especially with my chronic illness. And I mean, I teach middle schoolers, so they can definitely get on your nerves. But like at the end of the day, like you're their person. Like they look up to you, they feed off of you, and it's really important to remember that when you go into your classroom, that sometimes like your class is the best part of their day. And like just remembering your why you do it, and what it means to you and to those kids is kind of how you're going to get through because you're going to have those bad days. Education's kind of crazy right now, and you have to love it. So I guess that's my advice.
No, that's wonderful advice. And especially with you, with how many schools and students you have, you're jumping around to. And yeah, the energy definitely. Because like I think even just in my line of work, as like a leader in the building, my attitude towards a new policy is how my team affect, like if I'm coming across like
100%.
super negative, they are too.
Absolutely. Yeah. And kids will take any like sort of negativity and just kind of like amplify it. So you have to be the one that's like you can do this, because kids like the I don't want to say kids these days, but like kids these days give up very easily. Like they have very little confidence in themselves. So you have to constantly be building them up and being like, "No, you can do hard things." And that's something that was not something that I had to really do when I first started this. And ever since the pandemic, education has just changed so much. But I have so much hope for the kids, and seeing, especially in video, like seeing their creativity,
Hmm.
it's incredible. Like they're going to be our next filmmakers. I know it. They're
I'm
going to be the
excited.
directors in the future. Just, yeah, be ready for them.
Get ready for their content. It's gonna be great.
100%.
Well, thank you for all you do for the kids, and that's awesome. I love your platform. I love what you're doing for like children in your area, and um, I do need to know,
Yes.
how did you find Petite?
Yeah, so there's like it's a lot. There was a lot going on all at once. I had never done pageants before, honestly. And I started getting some ads about New England Petite um, in my area. But I also had found someone online who had done the Petite USA pageants, who also has gastroparesis, what I have. And so we were able to kind of connect and talk about it, and she kind of walked me through everything. And I was like, I kind of want to try this. I want to share my story. I had the idea, I was in the beginning stages of founding my nonprofit, and I wanted to amplify that voice. And so I kind of just jumped into it and ended up winning New England Petite. And from there, I moved to Petite USA and won that. And we're just going to keep going. But yeah, that's how I got into pageants and Petite in general.
So Petite was so New England was your first pageant.
Yeah, it was. Um,
You no, like so I did not see you compete at New England, but I watched you at nationals, and yeah, you are a natural.
Thank you. I mean, it was work. Like I really truly like I'm a humble person, but like I put in the work, you know? So I was so proud of myself
Mhm.
both times, you know? Like I had no expectations, but I know how much I loved it and put into it, and I was already getting so much back from it. Like the people that I met and the lessons that I learned and the strength and confidence that I felt like I already felt like I won before even going into finals.
That's wonderful. No, and I
Yeah.
think something that like Lily and I were talking about is like it's so important to have different avenues. Like we're all multifaceted. Like, you have this like beautiful platform, right? Like you have like this really meaningful career, and you have this like really cool life to share, and you're driven. And so it's important that the pageant's important, you're passionate about the organization, but there's other aspects of you. And
Yeah.
I know, and you obviously like, yeah, that's wonderful. And your dress was gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah, she was a lot of work, but we love her.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like going, off of like my story, I kind of felt like everyone, I mean, I know everyone has their story, but at the end of the day, like what I learned after Petite USA is that we've all gone through different things, but we feel the same, we've gone through very similar experiences and have been able to grow from them. Like it's very easy to like become a shell of yourself and be like, "Oh, woe is me." And listening to so many of these girls' stories and the way that they overcame those challenges and like grew from them, like I was so inspired by everyone and I realized just how powerful Petite is. So it was just an incredible experience.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah,
It's really it's really nice. You meet all these women, they're all so kind, and like you said, like everyone has a story, but we're using, if it's a negative, like we're taking that and we're owning our narrative. And
100%.
yeah, so I couldn't agree more. And that's I so this was my second time competing at Petite. And
Yeah.
my first time, I had such an amazing experience, and I was like scared to come back because I was like, it was so good. Like I
I
but it was great. I
get
had a
that.
great time.
No, I get that. You're like, I want it to be the same, you know? It was even better this time. You
Yeah,
won.
I I did
You
it.
did it. I know, I'm so
We
proud of you.
did
And
it.
your dress was gorgeous too.
Thank you. And we get to see each other in person, what, 2 weeks, I think?
So soon. It's crazy. It feels like life just changed like overnight, literally.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. I
I'm
agree.
so excited.
I am too. Well, okay. One last question for you.
Yep.
Um, if someone is watching this and they're interested in competing at Petite, do you have any advice or words of wisdom that you'd want to share with them?
Yeah, I would just say be yourself. Like coming from someone who didn't really know pageants before all of this, I had a vision of what it was like in my head, and I was scared from like, toddlers and tiaras and just I don't know the stigma that
Mhm.
I felt like it had. And people kept saying like you don't want to be cookie cutter, like you want to be yourself, like that's who people want to see. They don't want to see the perfect version of you. And going into it, I had that mindset. I was like, I'm just going to be me because that's who I've always been, and I can't be anything different. And I feel like that's how I ended up making so many connections with the girls because we were all just ourselves. And I fell in love with all of them. And I fell in love with Petite because of it, because that's really who we are. All of us are just like our most authentic, short selves.
I love it. Yes, definitely. And that's, I think, really good advice And it's something that you know, you hear someone say like just be you, but it really is like stick to what's true to you, like with your platform, with wardrobe, you know, like obviously like I have a coach and I'll pick out stuff and sometimes she'll say, "No, Natalie."
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, you want to stick to who you are because at the end of the day, like you want to stay true to you. And if you win that title, you want to make sure that you're representing yourself and you're approachable and authentic. And people can tell when you're not being, you know, authentically you.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Well, Abby, I appreciate your time so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I look forward to seeing you really soon here in New York.
I know, I can't wait. I'm so excited. Thank you for having me. This was so fun.
Yay! All right, good night.